What's going on, y'all? Now, look, I got to give y'all this recap of episode 7 of The Shy. I've been waiting for this episode to see what was going to go down from the last episode, and a lot to unpack in this episode, right? So, the episode opens up with Keisha in bed with this pedophile, this rapist, and it's so cringe-worthy. Like, I promise y'all, I was getting disgusted just looking at it. The man is in bed with Keisha, and he's cuddled up with her, fondling her like this his real woman, like this is his lady or something, right? And he makes a remark when she wakes up about why she didn't wake him up when he got up, and he was like, "I don't blame you. We had us a long night." And it's so perverted, so disgusting. And then he get out of his bed in his drawers, and I promise y'all, I want to whoop his ass, like for real. I was really pissed watching this scene, you know what I mean? Because it's really letting us know how much of a pervert and a creep that he really is. And Keisha is just so helpless because she really can't do anything. She's been handcuffed the whole time. Nobody can hear her screams or nothing. You know, outside of Ronnie hearing her screams when he came in the house, the episode prior to this one. Other than that, don't nobody know where she is or nothing. She tried to escape. She didn't make it. You know, she got pulled right back into the house. So she feels helpless at this point, right? And then we even see her after this. She takes a leg off of a chair and tries to attack the rapist, the kidnapper, with the leg of the chair, and she's unsuccessful. And he holds her down, telling her next time he not gonna be so gentle and polite with her. And I'm looking like, damn, Keisha, you should have grabbed the whole chair or something. Like that little leg ain't gonna do nothing to him. That leg was like, it ain't phase him at all. I'm like, man, she needs to find a damn, I don't know, a pole or something, because that wasn't gonna work. And I could have told her it wasn't. That little wooden ass leg ain't gonna work on him. And I knew that from the jump. But anyway, after she's unsuccessful in trying to attack him and escape, she starts to contemplate suicide, which is like if somebody is in a situation like this, depression and hopelessness is normal. She starts to feel like, man, maybe she's not going to get out of this situation. We see her, it's a noose hanging before her, like she hung a noose before her, and it's looking like she's thinking about trying to take her own life. And I'm like, oh my God, please do not let this be the outcome for this show. We need for Keisha to get to her house or get to her people safely and get out of this situation, right? Also, the episode starts with Ronnie. Ronnie is in a bar and he's celebrating the life of his grandmother, Miss Ethel. Miss Ethel had just recently passed. In the last episode, we see Ronnie crying his eyes out at the end of episode 6 because she's passed away after he took her to the old bar that she owned and they had a good little time or whatever, right? So Ronnie is there. He's with his friends, the two guys that we saw him with since season 1. They tell him they're leaving to Springfield, which is the capital of Illinois, the state capital. They moving down there because his cousin I guess he owned a factory for them to work in. New job opportunities. They tell Ronnie to come with them. Ronnie like, no, I can't leave here. I got some unfinished work that I got to handle here in Chicago. And he's, of course, he's talking about finding Keisha's whereabouts and getting Keisha out of captivity, right? So Jada is there. Jada comes and she pays her respects to Miss Ethel, and Ronnie is surprised to see Jada there, but at the same time he tell her, hey, can you stay for a little minute? She like, nah, I can't, I gotta go. You know what I mean? Because the last time we really seen Jada and Ronnie together for real was season 2 when he came to her house drunk out of his mind. All type because Brandon's girlfriend basically told Ronnie he's not her real grandfather, and you know, not Brandon, Jason's girlfriend told him he's not her real grandfather. He should go on and move on with his life or whatever, right? So she tells him, look, you drinking, you need to stop drinking. To which he obliges. He like, look, he gonna stop drinking now. He's trying to turn over a new leaf. This signifies, I believe, with Miss Ethel's passing and him stop drinking, he is really trying to redeem his character in the best way possible. We are really going to see him redeem himself in the ultimate way. Like, I'm seeing how Lena Waithe's pen is going this season. I'm like, she going to try to make him the redemption story out of everybody, right? Also, Jada. I want to talk about this because Jada is now dealing with Emmett and Emmett's girlfriend Tiff and her grandson all living in the home with her. And it's become taxing on her. Now she feel like, oh my God, they eating up all my food. It's like, man, they don't be cleaning up. It's a whole lot of just a lot to deal with for her. Because at the same time, she wants her son and her grandson to be, and his lady to be in a warm she wants them to have a warm place to stay and a good place to stay, but she's trying to carry out her life as well. She's dating the guy, her co-worker Tomas. They're trying to go forward with their relationship. And then it's like after she leaves Miss Ethel's memorial service at the bar, she goes with Tomas. Her and Tomas, they kissing, they ready to get it cracking, they ready to get it in, right? And so as they about to go into the door, Emmett's son, grandma. And it's like Emmett and Tiff is all in there chilling out, kicking it. And Tomas get frustrated. He like, oh my God, like they use it. He's using you. You got to put your foot down. You got to tell him he got to go. It's only so much he can stay here. People will take advantage of you. And he's doing the same thing and so on and so forth. And Jada tried to reassure him, I can't have my grandson out here in on the street. I can't do that. And Tomas like, your son not going to be on the middle. He's not going to be out in the street or whatever. And she like, yes, he will. And I'm looking like, Jada, you got to check this man. I don't care how long y'all been dating and y'all been dating for a little while. Check him. Like, he ain't got the right to be just trying to put his 2 cents into this situation. He don't know what the hell y'all got going on. He don't know y'all struggles. He don't know nothing about Emmett. So for him to come in and try to put his 2 cents in and add his love, nah, bruh. This ain't got nothing to do with you. You just mad because you ain't get the chance to knock the bottom out of that box like you was planning to do. It ruined your plans because you couldn't get none coming into that house and you frustrated. But bro, this ain't your business. You gotta relax. And I wish she would have put her foot down a little more because I ain't like that, bro. Like, nah, Tomas. Your family and stuff trying to check Jada and talking in Spanish in front of her and bringing up your ex-wife that's deceased and all of that. And you trying to come in with your 2 cents on this? Nah, ain't your place. I ain't like that. Also, we see Nina. Nina is Keisha and Kevin's mother. During this episode, she is, of course, as any mother would be, struggling with the loss of her. Like, she don't know where her daughter is. So it's messing with her mind completely, which is understood. But then we see Nina's wife, Dre. Dre is in Keisha's room, packing up Keisha's things and packing up her whole room and just really trying to pack it up as if like it's time to move on from Keisha. And that really disturbed me. Like, come on now. Keisha been gone 2 months and you already ready to give up? You ready to move on? If we like, okay, we need to just go ahead and continue grieving. It sounds like she just worried about herself at that point, right? Because she feels like Nina is so hung up with Keisha's loss, which is absolutely normal that she's not spending enough time with her being Dre. Dre not getting enough alone time, personal time with Nina, and she feel like, oh, you taking away that time with Kevin. But look, I'm sure Kevin ain't tripping because at the end of the day, he know his sister is out there somewhere. They haven't found her yet, and they're all frantic as any family would. So I'm looking like, why the hell is Dre up in here tripping, trying to pack up Keisha's stuff? Like, she packing it up so easily, like they just trying to move on from a pet that died or a pet that's lost. Like, they don't even know what happened to Keisha. They don't know if she's dead or alive or nothing. And she trying to pack up the room? Like, nah, that ain't what a good, loving, supportive step-parent is supposed to do at all. And I wasn't feeling that. And Nina wasn't feeling it either because she told Dre to get up out of here, pack your stuff and get out, even pulled out the strap on. You know what I mean? The little strap that she be wearing when they intimate with each other. She threw that in the box like, look, she threw it in the bag. Look, you can get out and you can go. And I'm like, yeah, because that is not nothing you try to say like we need to move on. And no, that's her child. And Dre don't understand it because she didn't birth that child. She didn't create that child. So it's kind of like she not coming from it. And you don't have to birth a child or create the child to really have that connection to it. But she is, I'm saying that explains why Dre is so willing to just move on from it compared to Nina. Like, nah, that's her baby. She ain't gonna move on from that. Ain't no packing up this stuff. So I was with that all the way through, right? And I got some notes here. We see Emmett in this episode, and this really surprised me with Emmett because I don't like this. Emmett is out here trying to evict Sonny from his spot in order to continue his business with Lala. He got this business booming, his catering business. They want to get their money. Emmett is really trying to change his family's circumstances, so I get that. They living under his mother's roof. He trying to provide a better lifestyle for him, his girl, and his son, and he got other children as well. So he trying to make something shake. But at the same time, to try to evict your former boss, who you look at as an uncle, like the guy that just really took you in and gave you the managerial position, and, after your child support took a spike where your child support came up, he really was helping him out the whole time. and now you trying to evict him out of his spot. That ain't honorable. That ain't noble, and I don't think that's not good business to stand on. Like, I'm like, hell no. After you already was putting his business in jeopardy and all that, you using all of his stuff, his equipment, cooking out of his kitchen, and now you trying to evict him out the spot. Damn, Emmett, like, that's cold. Cause he, like, I mean, I understand he cussed Emmett out at the end of episode 5, but it was all understandable. Emmett was lying to him and using his establishment for his own personal gain without cutting Sonny in without giving Sonny a cut of the money and not telling Sonny what was going on. So, but trying to get him out of the spot ain't cool. But nonetheless, man, one thing I remember from the last episode was that when Emmett and Tiff went to go see the psychic, and the psychic told Tiff and Emmett that there will be like turmoil in their relationship. Their relationship will be tested in some way. And I knew exactly what the psychic was talking about. She was talking about the relationship that Emmett has with Lala's character. I'll forget this girl's name. I'm sorry, y'all. But I can see at certain moments, they have these little flirtatious moments with each other. At moments, it's just strictly business. It's all about the hustle. All about trying to figure out a way to put money in each other's pockets, right? Or try to, get their bread to stack. But at certain times, it's like a flirtatious. Even when she first met him, she wanted to see his penis and see, hey, look, if you really Emmett, I heard about you. Let me see if it's really you. Let me see what you packing with. Like the way they even introduced each other was just like, wow. You know what I mean? But during this time, during this episode, they get a catering gig from, what's my boy name? Oh my God, Lil Real Howery is the guy they go to see to evict Sonny out of his business, right? But he gives them a gig to cater this event with the two black mayoral candidates, Otis Douda Perry and what's her name, Camille, right? And so they cater the whole shebang, right? And so after that, they make a lot of money. And this is what happens when you put a woman in position to make some bread, right? When you a nice looking dude and you get money in this woman's pocket, big money, like $7,000 worth of money. Like, they split the $7,000, but he put some money in her pocket like that. She starts to feel like, damn, I can get some money with this brother. This brother's a hustler and he on his job. He out here to get it. He out here really, really trying to make something shake, and he's business savvy, and he knows how to put me in position to win. She becomes attracted to that. She like, damn, this dude Emmett is a hustler. Like, he really, he got his times where he can be a little shaky and he can be a little iffy, but at the end of the day, the brother know how to carry out business. And she becomes attracted to that, and she already finds him attractive. So, boom, they have sex, right? And I knew it was going to happen eventually. I knew Emmett was going to get it some point, like at one point or another, right? The sexual tension was there, but it was just like she was always doubting his business practices. If he really was the man on the business tip that he said he was. But when he came through and proved that he was, she became attracted to that. She's like, damn, okay, this brother really do know how to come up on some money. And I always said that Emmett is a real hustler. It's just sometimes he gets ahead of himself, or he doesn't think things all the way through. Or, he doesn't go all the way through. He doesn't think everything through and execute it properly, but he always got a great business mind. This time he executed properly, and it got him the money and also the woman, the sex from the woman. But he got to be careful, because I don't know, it might start to create some tension in his household, especially if Tiff start picking up on what's going on, because she ain't stupid. She know what possibly could be going on, and she could start sliding with the other dude, Tia Mari's guy. Tia, what's the dude name in this show, man? I forgot what his name was in the first couple of episodes we saw, right? But the dude she sold weed to, she might catch wind about Emmett messing with old girl, and she might try to go over there and mess with dude. I don't know, man. It might be set up like that, right? Because she not cheating, but if she found out Emmett did this, ain't no telling what might go on, right? And so we go on to Kevin. Kevin's character is now, he's pissed at Gemma. Gemma is the girl that he's dating. He's pissed because she told about his sister being missing. He feel like, oh my God, you're going to make me a charity case at school. Why would you do that? And he just really disappointed with her, right? She tries to get back into his good graces. It doesn't work. He's avoiding her for like 2 days. Even though it's been a week for us, he's been avoiding her for 2 days, right? And so she eventually gets him to talk to her, and she like, look, come on. Basically she trying to get it back in his good graces. She's like, I want to make it up to you. She like, come on, let's come to my house, right? And basically they trying to have their own version of the Wood. You know, they Mike and Alicia moment. That was Melinda Williams' character in, that was her name in the Wood, right? Alicia. Yeah, Mike and Alicia. They had their own, they about to have their Mike and Alicia moment, right? And they in there looking in each other's eyes. It's looking like Quincy and Monica from Love and Basketball for a minute. Kevin looking like he can't believe what's about to go down, right? And he in there looking all smiling, like, oh my God, we don't got to do this. He think it's about to go down, right? Her daddy come barge into that room. It's like, well, her daddy come in the house and they got to get fixed all up. And it's so funny, man, because I can imagine being a young dude and you trying to get with a girl and then her pops come in the crib and you got to play it off. The man got the damn book. She said they study in French. He got the geometry book open. It's upside down and everything. It's like, damn, bro, you caught. For real, right? And so he got to go down and have a conversation with Gemma's dad. So we going to move on to Jake. Jake's character is starting to be really defiant of Douda. Like, he's not trying to hide it. He don't really rock with Douda at all. And he is publicly showing his animosity towards Douda, even in front of Douda's wife. Like, he don't give a damn now because at this point, his brother Trig has told him, hey, Douda let our brother get killed. Douda let Reg get killed, and he the reason why Reg is gone. So that's what I'm here. I'm here to get you up out of this situation. I'm here to help you. But dude he got our brother killed. That's not somebody you should be trusting or whatever. And after he sees Douda beat up that guy, really, after he seen him beat up that dude for saying he wasn't nothing close to Harold Washington. In Jake's mind, he know this ain't no good dude to be around. Douda admits to basically letting Reg get killed, and I believe it's gonna drive a further wedge between Jake and Douda, and hopefully, because even Douda's wife, played by Candy Burris, she goes and say, if that boy finds out you had something to do with killing his brother, you're gonna wake up with a knife at your neck. And I don't know, man. Jake might become that pissed where he might shoot him or something. Ain't no telling. He playing it cool, you know. Towards the end of the episode, Douda came in the room, checked on him, and so on and so forth, and Douda admitted to letting Reg get killed, and Jake was calm about it. But I don't know, man. That young dude, like, I don't know. He might be plotting on something. Ain't no telling what's going on in Jake's head at this very moment, right? Also, we go on to Papa. In this episode, Papa is dating Maisha, which I still think Papa's so wrong because Kev was kissing Maisha the last season, and Kev was crushing on Maisha, not Papa dating her. Look like, bro, we don't break the bro code like that. Even as a kid, I ain't do that. I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't cool. Nonetheless, man, Kevin is cool with it. You know, Maisha, like, all right, Kevin was trying to play her because he didn't want to be seen in public with her and so on and so forth, so she moved on. To Papa. Papa finds out that Maisha's mother is no longer working. She's unemployed, so she got to stay home and babysit her sisters and her siblings, I guess, when her mom tries to find a job and she can't go to school. It concerns Papa as a friend would be concerned, or even a boyfriend or just a friend in general. So he like, look, they down on their luck. He goes and tries to get the money, the collection money from his father's church to give to Maisha and her family. The father catches it. He like, look, Papa, what you doing? Go get that damn switch. He ready to whoop Papa's ass for stealing his money. But he looking like, no, Pops, it's for a bigger cause. You know, my friend Maisha, they going through financial troubles. And she said, that collection plate is for us to keep the bills on in here. He like, well, what about that money Camille gave you? I think that is her name, Camille. And he like, well, that's the money to help you. He like, well, look, I got everything I need. Go give it to Maisha's family. Even though Maisha told this man, don't tell nobody about my financial hardships. My mama don't like nobody in her business. She don't like her business in the street. It sounds like every black parent in Chicago. Please don't tell my mama. Please don't tell nobody about my mama being unemployed. Papa come up in there with his father. They drop some money off. The mama is super proud. I know a lot of black mothers just like this. You know what I mean? Especially in Chicago. Super proud. Don't want to accept no money from nobody, even in dire situations. They want to just find their own way through it because they don't want to ultimately have to owe nobody for nothing. You know what I mean? And I understand that for sure. I'm the same way. I don't want nobody having a debt over my head or looking like, I got to do things for them because they helped me out this one time. I don't be feeling that either. But nonetheless, Papa's father like, look, you're going to either accept this money or we're going to leave it here. We're not leaving with this money. They leave the money, and when she opens the envelope, she like kind of got her hand over her mouth, like she just can't believe, like it's a lot of money in there that can help them out. Maisha was kind of looking like, oh my God, Papa, but I think in the long run, she's going to come to thank Papa in the end, right? Now, let's get to the triumph part of this episode. At the end of the episode, we see that Ronnie, in episode 6, Ronnie went to the house where Keisha is being held captive. He goes and talks to the guy. The guy, like, he said, did you hear some screams? I heard some screams coming from this way the other night. And he said, yeah, my wife said she heard the same thing. It sounded like it was coming from across the street. Now, Ronnie is skeptical of dude, and he know dude seem fishy. But he's just going to try to, like, fill it out, right? He's filling out the whole process. Especially now, look, when Miss Ethel passed away, he knows and feels this is his destiny to find Keisha. He got to find this young girl because his grandmother said, he got to do it. He's going to be the one to find her. His grandmother is not living anymore. And his grandmother was really the one that was keeping him put together and keeping him going. For real, him, her, and Jason. You know what I mean? Jason's daughter, right? But nonetheless, man, he's like, look, I got to go find this girl. I got to find this girl now. But he got to find out if the guy was telling the truth. He goes across the street to where the guy, the kidnapper, was saying that he heard the noise come from. He knocks on doors, people closing the door on him, shutting the door on him. A woman from the window say, ain't nobody gonna help you. Ain't nobody gonna help you in this neighborhood, basically. And he like, what you want? He like, they basically like, man, a guy told me, I'm really kind of trying to find out about a guy. He said he lives across the street from you. You know what I mean? He said his wife say, he heard screams. His wife said she heard screams from across the street or whatever, over this way. And she like, yeah, he a little off. He a little, you know, we know people in the neighborhood growing up in the Chi, that's a little off. That's, you know, they a little off they rocker. We don't mess with them, but we know they a little touched a little bit. She thinks she said he a little touched. That's what a lot of black older women say in neighborhoods. I can assure you in Chicago and a lot of other black hoods across America, they refer to somebody that's a little mentally challenged or a little off as a little touched. She said, yeah, he a little touched. And he said, his wife said, you know, his wife said she heard some stuff over this way. And she like, he ain't got no wife, like he ain't married. And bang, that's everything to let him know that the dude is a liar and he's hiding something. So he goes across the street, goes through the back door. He kicked the back door in. Now, when he kicked the back door in, he really trying to figure out where Keisha could be. He called Keisha's name. He opens the door. He calls Keisha's name. Keisha responds, I'm here, I'm here. He got this little, what is it thing? What is it called, man? He got something to pop the locks. This crowbar to pop locks. He pops the locks on the door. He opens the door for Keisha. Keisha's inside. She realizes, oh my God, is Ronnie coming in here? Everybody knows Ronnie's history. At the beginning of the beginning of the season, Ronnie is looked at as the villain because everybody knows he killed Coogie. Coogie is Brandon's brother. They're at Brandon's funeral. Ronnie tries to come to Brandon's funeral, and everybody like, what the hell are you doing here, bro? Are you serious? You gonna try to come to Brandon's funeral after you killed his brother? You gonna try to come to the funeral where his mom is and you killed their brother? Like, even though you thought Coogie killed your son, it's like it don't justify it at all. So ain't nobody rocking with Ronnie at all. Nobody fooling with him. Even Kevin is looking at Ronnie in disgust, absolute disgust, and he don't want nothing to do with Ronnie. He asked Ronnie, little man, can you vouch for me? Ronnie asked Kevin that when he tried to get into the funeral. Kevin like, nah, I can't, and was pissed, right? So it's just like Ronnie's character is fully redeeming himself in this episode. She realizes it's Ronnie, and before he can even say anything really to her, the kidnapper guy comes in and attacks Ronnie, right? He attacks Ronnie, he gets pissed at Keisha. Keisha tries to grate his eyes or whatever. He pushes her off. She gets the crowbar and starts beating him with it, right? And I'm looking like, damn, did she kill him? Because she was beating the hell out of him, rightfully so, with his perverted ass, man. I hate perverts. I hate rapists, all of them. For real. So, like, this is why when I saw him at the beginning of the episode in his drawers and stuff, laid up with Keisha like she is woman and cuddled up with her, I was disgusted. Like, yeah, he got to go. We got to off this dude as quickly as possible. But nonetheless, man, after that, Ronnie is seen being taken out of the house. He's all banged up and bruised up. So I'm guessing, you know, hey, he got a little bruised up more than we thought. And then we see Keisha. Keisha is being carted out on a stretcher. She's going to the hospital. Now, remember when I told y'all, we all know Kevin was, you know, at Gemma's house. When Gemma's father is like, are you trying to F my daughter? And it's like, damn, so direct. Are you trying to F-U-C-K my daughter, brother? What? Like, how you want me to answer that? Anyway, Kevin's phone rings and they go to the hospital and they reunite with Keisha, and it's really, really like, man, like, yes. When I see Keisha get out of that house, it's like, yes. When she got out of that house finally, and I was looking like, please don't have another moment where you just trying to soak it all in. But I knew the way she beat the hell out of dude, he wasn't getting up. He wasn't getting up this time. That little leg thing she tried to do with the little wooden leg of the chair, that shit wasn't gonna work. But that damn crowbar, it worked for damn sure. And got him up out of there and got the job done, right? So they at the hospital. They got to test Keisha for STDs. We don't know this dude, what type of dude this is or whatever. Like, we don't know. He might do this a whole lot. And from how I'm guessing, he does do that a whole lot. You know what I mean? So they trying to, telling her, look, hey, they telling Dre, and Dre comes back into the picture after she was trying to pack up Keisha's stuff and move on from her. Now she looking stupid because they found Keisha and she like, God is real. Yes, God is real for sure. And now she know it because she like, look, we done found Keisha. She's alive. She's going to be going through some trauma, but she's alive. So now all that you trying to pack her up and move on from her like a lost dog or whatever, like, now you looking crazy, right? But nonetheless, Nina don't hold it over her head or nothing. Everybody just excited and just they are just elated to know that Keisha is alive and well and they can touch her. They can talk to her. And it's just a really emotional episode. You know what I mean? It's a real emotional scene. I'm just like ready to just like jump for joy when she got out of that house, because I thought they were going to drag it out until the very last episode of the season. I thought they were going to do it like that. I'm like, please don't let them take all the whole season to find Keisha. You know what I mean? But because I didn't want nothing worse to happen to Keisha. You know what I mean? Because dude, he already sleeping with all that. It's just nasty, man. Foul shit, man. But anyway, yeah, they find Keisha. They get Keisha. Keisha escapes after Ronnie helps, and then Kevin goes to Ronnie's room and tells Ronnie thank you. And I think that did more for Ronnie than I think any of us could ever know. From the writers of the show. The writers of the show did that well because, again, he's looked at as the villain at the beginning of the season, even though he didn't kill Brandon. But it's like, nobody want to rock with him at all. Jada ain't talking to him because he was drunk as hell the last time they was together. Talking about give him some of that, give him some of that cat. He was drunk as hell. Kevin ain't rocking with him. He tried to go to the funeral. Like, bro, you trying to go to Brandon's funeral after you killed his little brother? It's like nobody want no parts of him. He living on the streets willingly. His grandmother's in the nursing home. They lost their house. Things are in despair for Ronnie. Right? And although he lost his grandmother, his friends are moving downstate to Springfield. They moving to the state's capital. He found Keisha. And that was really what his goal was. At that point, I think so far in his life, his goal was to find Keisha. Because his grandmother put that on his spirit. And he knew he had to help find that young girl. And he found her now. So I think now it's going to be about him changing his life, getting his life in order. And, changing some things. And I think that after Ronnie cleans himself up, because Jada convinces him to stop drinking, he going to start back, he going to get sober again. And I think he going to be sober for good. And I think that Jada and Tomas not going to work out. And eventually, her and Ronnie going to start back, they're going to find a way with each other. You know what I mean? Or Jason's mother might try to come back around. I don't know. She sounded like she was trying to come back around at first. But Ronnie was not. He was trying to find his way with Jada or whatever. But I think this is ultimately Ronnie's redemption story. Everything is coming full circle. His grandmother's no longer living, but he did something that she put on his heart and said he was going to do. And he carried out what his grandmother said he was going to do, and he ultimately got Keisha back to her family, which is the ultimate gift that anybody could ever get. And I think that this next episode, we're going to see Ronnie, get celebrated as a hero, even though he might not want it. I think we're going to see it in this next episode. And I think Keisha, as I predicted in the last episode, is going to start to value herself a lot more. She's not going to be dressing like loosely. She's not going to have them Instagram pages where she's dressing raunchy. She's going to start to value herself more as a young lady and carry herself completely different. And I think this is going to have an effect on her. Hopefully not depression, at least, But I'm wondering how this stuff gonna play out. Is Jake gonna really try to hurt Douda? I don't know. Is Papa's relationship with Maisha gonna be strained because of the money and him telling his father? Is is Emmett and is Tiff gonna find out about Emmett's infidelity? Is it gonna cause her to cheat with Tia Mari's husband? I keep forgetting his name in the show. He had a hood dude name too, like a name I wouldn't trust from a dude in the hood. Like hell nah, this dude shiesty as hell. I forgot his name, but yeah, Tiff might start trying to mess with dude because now she find out that Emmett is messing with Lala or Lala's character. Cause I do not remember Lala's character name. Damn, I gotta look it up. I should have looked it up before I made this video. But yeah, and I wonder how Sonny and Emmett's relationship is going to be now that he's trying to get Sonny evicted out of the spot, and he really letting him do it now. Like Lil Rel's character, told him, look, y'all got a few months to rent out that spot, and Sonny gonna be gone. And I don't know, maybe Emmett is gonna put some good change in Sonny's pocket from the business that he creates. Who knows, man? Hopefully, but I don't see it playing out well at this point, man. Y'all let me know, man. But again, that was a recap on episode 7. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.